It's interesting how this all unfolds with all these really good teams here in each lane. Starts underway, and we're going to keep an eye on things. Give us a thought here, Rod, about the strategy involved when you share a lane in a relay race at the beginning here.
Well, just don't get the baton knocked out of your hand. That's the first thing. Hang on to your baton. Keep yourself nice and skinny. Keep the baton close to you until you can get strung out a little bit, get through the break here. Unlike the 4x4, where the first handoff is staggered, no such thing here. You have got 16 teams. You're all going to be hitting that line together. It is a big traffic jam. And the more you can put some distance between you and your competitors, the better chance you have of not having something unforeseen like having a baton knocked out of your hand or something like that.
So each competitor will run 2 laps before handing it off to their teammate. We're in the first leg of this 4x800 meter relay. Hanover's Claire Zarabnikny. She is a junior. She is in the lead, and they are leading Ingles at the moment. Kaylee Simon, the junior, carrying the baton for Ingles, and the second lap to come. The interesting thing about this part, from our perspective, is keeping track of things. Not only you have a running clock, of course, but you got to make sure you know which handoff is coming. So we're in the opening leg here, and there's a little strategy about who you assign, wouldn't you say, Rod? Who's running which leg of your respective relay?
Well, yesterday we talked about front loading, and nowhere, no relay race does that happen more than this one. You want someone that can run very strong, even your best at the front, or maybe your second best at the front. Then you want some kids that can chase, kids that are willing to go out, take the chance, try to go after. If you get behind a little bit, how much can you chase? How much energy can you expend trying to go after the leaders? How much of a chance do you want to take there, knowing you still have to finish that second lap? And that second lap in the 800 meters is punishing regardless of what kind of first lap you run. So you have to size up your strategy, how you want things to play out. Right now, Hanover is just simply taking everybody out of the equation.
Yeah, I think Hanover's Claire Zarabnikny is going to run a star-studded 800 and a first leg, as Hanover's going to be well in front here as the handoff goes from Zarabnikny to Taylor Klipp. Taylor Klipp is a junior. She'll take the second leg here, and she is going to have a 40-meter lead. Their time, 10:37.06. And as I look at the times from the qualifiers here from the seeds, that's about 40 seconds better than the second best time, which belonged to Frankfurt in the prelims. And then there's Greeley County. So Hanover, that lead was expected, but what it does is what really builds their confidence as far as Hanover's concerned, and kind of takes the wind out of the sails from any challenge. Ingles at the moment is in second place, but she's got a long way to chase.
Well, indeed, and you see she's also got to contend with people behind her, but Zarabnikny, 2:23 for that first half. That is flat bringing it. You got to wonder what the other legs are like. You think that maybe Hanover with the strategy, we're going to get out quickly, we're going to put the big guns at the front, try to put some distance between us and the field. But you see right now that Quinter is right there, and they are not going to give up. Quinter is starting to close the gap. That's Evie Grumbacher, who is starting to get just a little bit closer.
Yeah, Opie's.
Or Opie, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Opie. Opie right there. That's looked like
Jenna
Duncan. She's a junior. She got the handoff from Frankie Davis, and Jenna Duncan is making a little bit of a move here. She's come from way behind.
So we talked about front loading a little bit. Quinter, not Quinter, I'm sorry, Hanover, maybe putting their big guns towards the front. But Opie now and Jenna Duncan really starting to assert herself. We'll see how much energy she had to expend here. You see her starting to flail a little bit. Her head is getting a little bit sloppy, starting to struggle a little bit to try to keep up, especially as they're going into the wind. Again, a little bit rare here at Cessna Stadium. You're going into the wind on the backstretch. That's usually not the case.
Well, I'm looking at the times from this year as we get close. Opie about to take the lead on Hanover. Looks like if she can get around the last about 200 meters to go. That's the 200-meter mark. But Hanover holding off Opie at the moment. Opie made a real challenge, but Hanover's Taylor Klipp, at least for the moment, is holding off Jenna Duncan by about a couple of strides. But again, worth noting, Jenna Duncan brought the baton back from about 40 meters behind.
Well, she's just got to hang on now. You see her head starting to flail side to side, trying to get her arms to pump a little bit. You see how smooth that clip is for Hanover. Very smooth, very quiet, as Duncan's struggling just to try to keep pace.
Boy, and if the lane assignments are correct, and I believe they are, Hanover is now putting their gold medal hopes into the hands of consecutive freshmen. McKenna Juniman is the third leg for Hanover, and she will be handing off to Tiana Los, who is also a freshman. So it's going to go freshman to freshman, and Opie's going to make chase. Opie's third leg happens to be a freshman herself, Mallory Kaiser, but she will hand to the senior Colleen Smith. 5:24 is the bib assignment, and that is McKenna Juniman. McKenna Juniman, the freshman, has it for the moment for Hanover, and Opie's Mallory Kaiser is right behind her. You know, I've always liked to be the runner that's right behind. 2 strides, making noise. You just make that leader nervous, don't you?
Well, you have wind out of the northeast, too. So you're going down the backstretch. There's no reason to try to get yourself into an outside lane and fight this fight yet. The fight is coming up here the next time they come around, right where you see where they are now. That's when the fight's really going to start. And right now, I am pretty sure that Kaiser is more than happy to let Juniman throw up a wind shadow right there and just let her get towed right along. No reason to try to pass. No reason to try to get in front. You're right there stride for stride, and you're in the fight, and that's all you want.
Let me reset the name for Opie. I think it's Jenna Duncan.
Is it Duncan now?
Bib 1095. We mentioned is Mallory Kaiser. She was scheduled to be the third leg. I think they flip-flopped, which is their right. What happens here, folks, is when they give us the lane assignments, they give us the intended schedule who they think they will, and they have the right, do the respective high school teams, to change it at the very last moment. They can do that if they want to do that.
Within 30 minutes of the race, they fill out a relay card, and that's what you go with. I'm surprised that she tried to get out there and go by her right there going down the backstretch. You really figured she was going to wait a little bit, see what happens when they start going downwind. And now just starting to fall behind just a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't like she made a charge. That might be it. At least for Opie at the moment. Hanover in the lead, leading Opie. Opie in position for the silver, and Hanover, which had a big lead early, thanks to Claire Zarabichny's 2:23.800, are about to hand off to the next leg.
Well, that is Duncan that started to try to push again a little bit, tried to catch up in the corner, but it is not going to happen as Hanover starting to put a little distance again. A nice kick at the finish here.
Looks like about 10 to 15 meters. Check the lead here. And as you pointed out, and that is 5:27, Tiana Losi. So Tiana Losi does have the anchor leg for Hanover. She's got the gold medal hopes in control. Look at the fans standing up. Man, they love this event. As we go to the 4x800 meter relay, we're just getting started. This is the girls event, and we'll be handing out gold medal when it's over. Hanover took an early lead, got a challenge from Opie, and now Opie continues to challenge. The scheduled anchor leg for Opie is the senior. So you talk about experience and strategy and kind of knowing how to run a race. Well, Colleen Smith, the senior, figures to have an edge over Tiana Losi, the freshman. But what you'll be interested in finding out is, will Colleen Smith get close enough to just keep on her heels, or will she take the lead? Right now, she's right on her heels. Does she take a move right now, or do you wait?
No, you've got to wait here. You got to settle in a little bit. She used a lot of energy trying to get back into this fight. We've talked about trying to chase people down. They know they have space. They know they've got some distance between them and third place. So there's no reason to go out and try to expend extra energy right here. You have to use as much as you can to try to get yourself back into the race. We've seen this in the last 2 legs where Opie closes the gap. Then Hanover has a great kick and is able to do something here. And one thing we're seeing now is Smith taking charge and maybe trying to force the issue a little bit here as she's opened up about a 10-meter lead.
Smith takes the lead on Losi. It's Opie over Hanover. Hanover is the Twin Valley League champion, and Opie is the Lyon County champion. Opie ran 11:17 in winning the league championship, which was nearly 30 seconds behind Hanover's best time in winning the Twin Valleys. And the senior and the freshman are dueling, and meanwhile, the rest of the crew moves down toward that final gun lap, or the bell lap, as Opie is in the lead. Opie's Colleen Smith taking the lead on Tiana Losi, and the lead is 10 meters. And here you go, gold, silver, bronze, about 30 meters between first and third at the moment, maybe a little bit more than that.
Now Smith starting to labor a little bit. You see her arm swing starting to tighten up. This is when you really start to go into lockdown in this kind of race. Whole thing is to just stay as relaxed as possible. You're trying to push, you're trying to catch, you're trying to stay in front, but you got to stay very relaxed doing that. And here comes Hanover.
Tiana Losey from Hanover making a move on Opie's Colleen Smith. Losey on her right shoulder. Now Hanover's taking the lead. 40 meters to go, but Opie surges back. This is Colleen Smith, and it's going to be Opie. Hanover at the finish line. Hanover holds off Opie. Opie holds off Hanover to win gold. And the girls 4x800 meter relay in Class 1A. But Hanover, man, what a race that was to the finish. It looked like Hanover was going to come back.
Watch this right here. Here comes Losey. Gets shoulder to shoulder, and all of a sudden, Smith arches her back, starts to power out, and wins it by about a meter.
So Opie gets gold. Hanover ends up getting the silver medal.